It's tax season, and while many of us just jump for joy just thinking about that tax refund, others may be worried about an IRS audit. And here to help us get prepared is certified public accountant and attorney Bill Hesch. And good morning. Welcome back, Bill.
Good morning, Janelle. Glad to be here.
Well, you know, a lot of people do think about this, of course, this time of year, but you say keeping a hold of all of your documents is really key now because of some changes.
Well, that's the key thing. With proper documentation, you really don't have to worry about an IRS audit. The opposite is, if you don't have your documentation, you probably should be worrying about the IRS.
Now, we have some big problems that kind of took place before with the earned income tax credit, so that's going to be something people are going to have to be careful about.
The IRS has new guidelines for tax preparer to ask for more information, including proof of where the child lived during the year, as well as the relationship, proof of relationship. If you're not the parent and you're a relative, you need to prove that documentation.
Boy, I tell you, those things can be kind of dicey if you got grandparents and all that involved too.
Very much so.
Well, we want to also find out too about writing off those tax donations, because $100 here, maybe $50 there. Maybe you didn't necessarily keep a hold of the documents.
Well, and it's really important because they changed the rules the last couple of years, and there's a misconception out there. You really do need a receipt. If you have a cash donation, if you don't have a receipt, the IRS will disallow the deduction. In addition, if the deduction is more than $250, you need the charity to give you a receipt in writing before you file your tax return.
Okay. So don't wait till afterwards.
You can't wait till afterwards. They'll deny the deduction.
Oh, wow. Okay. Well, the IRS also taking a closer look at business expenses, which for years many people have just been writing off.
Well, and that's so important too, because that is a way to save taxes, is to claim all your legitimate business expenses. You need to really study and work with your tax preparer to get all the deductions you can. But at the same time, a credit card receipt is not adequate substantiation. You actually need to keep an envelope and keep the receipts and put it in there, and so that you have the documentation the IRS wants.
Have you had some clients get in trouble because of that? Because they thought, oh, well, I've got the receipt, that's good enough.
I've been through the IRS audit. A credit card statement, they disallow the deduction. You need to have the receipt. What
overall can you tell us about preparing our taxes and just being prepared this year?
Well, I think what's important is that while you're preparing your return, now's the time to get your documentation together. And I think if you do that, you should have peace of mind and not have to worry about an IRS audit.
Okay, well, thank you so much. Want to get prepared. Most of us want to get that refund. Thank you so much, Bill. We appreciate it.
Thank you.